Not right now, anyway. But we have game, and it is up and it's sand ship time.
Mm-hmm.
And
then we can get back to where we were in the fucking game.
Yeah, because once we get done with this, we will be all caught up with the previous playthrough.
Mm-hmm.
And unlike the previous playthrough, this one's going up on YouTube, youtube.com/Storfus, if you guys want to watch it. And then what else do we have going on? We just got the what's it called? What is it called? The next flame, and then the song of the hero. It might be a little loud. Turn that down a bit, a wee tad. All right, I can't even make the joke of get it because this game's on the Wii, because we're playing, you know, the Switch version.
Yes, because we're playing the Switch version, guys.
I have limited time here today.
That's
I have
fine.
to go to work.
Yeah, that works for me. I've got stuff to do today as well.
Can you deal with this guy right here? Oh wait,
Use a bomb, you fool.
yeah, I was just about. It's like, wait a minute, hang on. Listen, I just woke up like an hour ago, maybe. So I'm still kind of in goop brain at the moment.
You've not had a chance to upgrade. You've not had a chance to upgrade your shield. I actually got mine to Goddess Shield by, actually, just the second I bought it. Weirdly enough.
I didn't even check to see if we could upgrade it. Probably would cost too much though. Alright, here we go.
It costs a fair bit. You need a Goddess Plume for the final upgrade, I'm pretty sure.
The flail room. You got a jelly blob. It may look like a boring wand of gunk.
But I'm not gonna tell you that because I decided to...
I'm the good version of the game.
Yeah. I decided not to be fucking incredibly insulting to your intelligence.
This is a really good spot to farm them.
You are getting a lot of gunk wads. Like, I didn't get nearly that much.
I have the treasure badge. Remember?
Ah, yeah, that'll do it. That ought to do it.
That ought to do it. I think I do. Yeah, treasure medal. I've got it. That's why I'm getting so many. That's a good spot to farm them, though, if you need them. And another one. Shut up. I don't need you to tell me this. I'm so glad you can just bee through all of her dialogue.
It is very handy.
I'm glad that, like, this version of the game came out and people were like, oh yeah, this game is actually good.
It really did. It really just changed everyone around. Although, Storfus, I'm gonna be honest. After watching Daryl Matosis's Zelda reviews recently, I've come myself around to a hot take.
Oh.
Breath of the Wild's combat is actually rather shallow. Not Breath of the Wild. No, not Breath of the Wild. Sorry. No, I'm fucking gaslighting myself there.
I was about to say, I agree.
No, actually, I'm actually gonna say the fucking opposite because I've actually, again, watched both their reviews of it, and they've actually made me appreciate it more. That there is actually more depth than there is here. Like it really just got me thinking about, like, wait, no, okay, the melee combat in Breath of the Wild may not be much to stand for other than, you know, extra weapons, but the way they integrate map design into fighting the enemies is something far more creative than anything here.
I mean, okay, I would argue that they both have their own strengths in that regard then, because the thing is sure, map design can play a part in how you fight enemies in Breath of the Wild. The
environmental combat, I want to say, and the variety and approach you can take. Like, you can do fucking strafe runs with bombs.
Yes, you can.
That is a thing you can do. You can obviously take the approach with magnesis. There's there's a lot that they do with a little. That's very creative in my mind,
Okay,
as
so this
opposed
one,
to
left,
the standard Zelda fare, which is kind of just
right.
use item it damages. Honestly, like I think about the applications of items in this game. What's the one you use the most? You like using slingshot. That stuns an enemy and then you hit them.
Wait, what?
And then the other realization set in, because this was more from Neryl than anyone actually when I thought about it, because the minute he started talking about the directional inputs, I'm like, wait a minute, what do I even consider the most complex enemy in this game? And I realized, oh god, it's literally every enemy that blocks sideways with a sword. That's it. Holy shit.
Oh, come on. Being stupid. I need to also calibrate. There we go. What was it? Down, right, up, right? What was it? Here. Down, up.
It is a
right.
Yeah.
Down, up, right, down. Okay, I got it backwards.
It's much easier to actually know what the fuck they're doing here because the indicators come alongside it.
Wrist. Up, right, down. What? Okay, so it wasn't that. So what is it then? I guess left.
It is down.
Are you sure?
Yeah, that is definitely down.
Well, I mean, because you can look at it this way too, but you can also look at it this way too.
I 100% remember. It's
down.
The red part of the top is orientating it north. I know this for a fact.
But I just did down, up, right, down. That's because it was down, up, down.
It's down.
Right.
Hang on, I think you miscounted. It's
yeah.
down.
It was down, up, down, right.
Yeah. Yeah. I was thinking. It's like, yeah, you miscounted the red bits.
There we go. Yeah. That was me being stupid again.
Stitched is right about.
See, they even show you like on here. They even show you on here like the thing orients to the top. Clever use of environment, by the way. Pretty cool. Simple puzzle, but neat.
Yeah, the other thing I kind of just thought about. You remember the mini boss of this dungeon, right?
Yeah.
How do you beat it?
You slash him.
You just slash him, and occasionally you do what you hate most, Storfus. You shield bash. Which I've kind of just been ignoring somehow this entire time. Shield bash is in this game, and it's actually just it's as bad as it's ever been.
Well, yeah. I mean, I don't know if I ever mentioned that I think that Breath of the Wild does have a better shield bash.
Oh, it 100%
Just don't know if I ever
does.
said it.
It's and I should say this, I'm glad if Breath of the Wild's gonna have it, it's obviously a much better improvement that I mean, at least with some of the bigger enemies in the game, like Lionel's and that, okay, so it just stuns them briefly. Like, it's like a 3-second window in which you only end up doing shit with if you're inventive, like, headshotting them with the arrows.
Okay, Stygian. Back-to-back stream of this. After we finish Skyward Sword, should we do Breath of the Wild?
Maybe.
Just to get the direct comparison. That way this game is fresh in our minds. And we could do Breath of the Wild and just, like, see how it compares to what's considered one of the more subpar 3D Zelda games. Not so much anymore, I guess, now that this came out, but,
yeah, well,
for a long while.
I'm very much just of Daryl's take of, okay, so this was a short. I want to say this was a short-lived game. It has obviously been improved by Skyward Sword HD coming out, but just considering what I'm now thinking about motion inputs into combat, I was like, yeah, no, this game was never going to involve much of the franchise. It was very much a one-time thing. And
did I miss my key spots? Yes, I did.
And with that in mind, it's very much of Nails Takers. Right, so Breath of the
Right
Wild
here.
did the fucking. It very much did the reinvention that Zelda's honestly been needing for a long time, which is obviously
Hey, it's time
strange
for that boss
considering
you were
that
just mentioning.
Zelda reinvents itself quite a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But this game also has everything Breath of the Wild is missing,
Yes.
which is
See,
essentially, Matthew Matosis put it the way right. So Breath of the Wild comes along and throws out a lot of the old crap that we shouldn't have had in the Zelda games.
Well, yeah,
But it also left plenty behind, and that's where this game comes in.
That's the thing I was gonna say is that you do Breath of the Wild. I think one of my main issues with it is it's a case of throwing the baby out with the bathwater. I feel like they just threw away way too much that they really didn't need to, and they could have either changed or expanded upon for Breath of the Wild in general, instead of like getting rid of absolutely everything. But then again, I also am curious like how much of it was just due to development time. You know?
The dungeon thing is the weirdest one, because even Matosis is just like pointing out, yeah, no, they could have done something really cool here, and there's elements of some great shit, like controlling the Divine Beast to edit the puzzle as it goes along is pretty fucking cool.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, but instead they made what is worse than the shrines, weirdly. Like they're actually just worse than the shrines overall, despite their one cool mechanic.
Yeah.
And then obviously they've got the thing with the shrines overall of just they all look the same. These are just puzzle rooms. There is no thematic dungeon to any of it. It's obviously incredibly uninspired. Not the puzzles, not so much. The puzzles, obviously, again, that's more of the thing of Breath of the Wild doing a lot with a little, which is to their credit.
And it's not just that, but it's also like I think the other issue for it is I know that like they're given story as to why they exist and stuff, and this could just be a personal like feeling of mine, but they just feel out of place to me anyway. Like
the shrines.
Well, the shrines and the Divine Beasts, but more so my grievance is with the Divine Beasts, because like when you go to a Divine Beast, like so think about like the Forest Temple in Twilight Princess. It's it's a location that obviously like has at least some sort of history in the in-game universe. Oh hey, arrows. I need to go outside. And it meshes well like with the world. It doesn't feel like you're just teleporting into like some random, I guess, like separate element of the entirety of the in-game world. You're in just a building, a dilapidated building, more or less, what used to be inhabited by people that went there for whatever reasons.
You would argue
and is now infested.
You would argue that the traditional dungeon has more character.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, yeah,
much more character.
They do. That's just true, because
that's one of my main complaints.
The only thing
Breath of the Wild.
Well, yeah, that's the only thing that Divine Beasts only have their shape and technically their history. They do have history. It's just
yeah, they do. It's just
Divine
that
Beasts themselves are not personalized on an interior design perspective.
Like you go to them and it just feels like you're completely separated from what the rest of the world was. Because now you're in this, level.
That's a thing that's talked about, where it's just the thing is, hang on, throat's getting clogged. Like on one hand, right, there's actually, in terms of worlds, there's actually a fair amount that Breath of the Wild does. Like, it's weird, actually, because Breath of the Wild, environmentally speaking, is just, like, fucking peak world building, right?
Yes.
Like, obviously, you know, there's Kakariko Village is as cool as it's ever been. It's actually, I think, the coolest iteration of Kakariko Village. It just is.
Yeah, it's not terrible. Don't mind it.
Alright.
It's... I mean, listen, you have to realize you are competing with nostalgia here for me. Alright.
I probably am, but it's fucking.
I mean, it is cool. Don't get me wrong. I like the whole Ninja Village aesthetic it has going on. Not to undersell it, you know, it is absolutely a neat iteration of it. I love the small details.
It's given just the. It's given, and to say that, to go into that a little as well. It's given the Sheikah honestly more of an identity they don't have had forever,
well, yeah,
because they were just a single character before,
or two
if they were lucky. You know, that wasn't even a real one.
I think my favorite like thing about it too is, you know, you have the little elements of once again just environmental world building of how you have on the outside the there's the little Sheikah eye that's over the village entrance, and it's full of arrows from the Yiga clan.
Yeah, they've got a lot. They got a lot of shit like that. It's like they've got stuff like that, right? But then,
oh my gosh, I just realized something. Sorry, my brain just like exploded. The part of the song in this dungeon's theme is the Gerudo Desert theme from Twilight Princess. I didn't even notice that. Huh, that's neat.
Yeah.
Anyway, go ahead.
It's like you got stuff like that going on, but then you've got the prominent example that Matosas pointed out of like the Temple of Time. It is not descript in any sense other than the title card it gives you. And Neril kind of went into that as well in his criticism of the soundtrack, and it's like, you go to Lon Lon Ranch, there is nothing to indicate to you it's Lon Lon Ranch other than the title card, because there is no music, there is no dead giveaway. If it didn't have a name card, you would be forgiven for thinking it was just any other location. It's like it drops you all. It has great environmental design when it's trying, and then other times it's just
it falls flat.
We're just gonna give you a name.
Yeah. Well, you know, another cool thing too, I mean, this would just be like, this is the fanboy in me talking now.
Hello, Vin. Cock.
But I already said hi to him. How dare you? But it's the hello. What was I saying just a second ago? Oh, right.
Saying idiot.
It would be neat if they had a how are we doing today? I'm doing good. I'm tired. I just woke up.
I'm fine.
Not too long ago.
I have COVID, and the worst thing about it is the bloody surveys I have to fill in for the sake of the government. Piece of shit. Fucking
yeah.
Hate
Everybody
them.
hates the government.
It's the worst part. This thing's like a cold to me.
I think it would have been neat if, like, because there's so many different areas in that game that reference past Zelda games.
Yeah.
At least even in terms of names. I mean, they even have stuff from Zelda 2 in there. And, it's the fanboy in me that says, man, it would be so cool if, like, the Temple of Time at some of these other certain locations, it played, like, slightly familiar tunes from the previous games in those spots as well. But they would never do that.
They wouldn't?
They would never do that.
It's like, okay, so yeah, like, that was one of the suggestions put out. Honestly, I don't think...
Wait.
How do I put it? How do I put it? I feel just adding the old tune, for one thing, I think that's lazy. That's just, you know, the the anti-nostalgia in me just goes, no, I don't want to be. I don't want to just I don't want to just pog out a location just because I heard the old theme.
Well,
make a new one.
I don't disagree entirely. I think that if you like blended kind of, I guess, the music with the like, you know, world around it to kind of represent, you know, what was there. And I'm not even saying you have to like just reuse the old tune or like, you know, remix it in a different way. You can mix new music with the tune, you know, implement.
Yeah, that's,
I guess that is kind of remixing.
Yeah,
it a bit.
You can't do that. That's like, funnily enough,
Okay,
my favorite tracks in the game are either entirely new ones or Hyrule Castle, which is obviously it has some of Ganon's theme in it, but otherwise it's completely original. And yeah, it's yeah, they got bits of both of them, but it's mostly original. Like yeah, the new tracks are usually the ones I like. Like one I actually realized I really liked while I was watching Matos's video, the Lost Woods theme in that game. It's actually really cool.
I mean, I like it, but and yeah, it's not a bad tune. I just don't like it as much as the other stuff. But yeah, it's not a bad tune. It's not my favorite thing ever, though.
As a more atmospheric track for the Lost Woods, I don't think I can name a better one, because again, to fucking harp on the nostalgia track, maybe a fucking Lost Woods theme that isn't just a remix of Saria's song up until that
point. Link to the Past.
Fair, 2D games, so I'm ignorant on the 2D games, but having played the 3D games for fucking ever,
well, of course, and it's nice to have a new
to do something new, for fuck's sake.
Yes, it's nice to have a new like Lost Woods soundtrack. I'm not saying that they all need to be Saria's song. It's just that the piece itself is not one of my favorites.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't even know.
I'm happy that they didn't reuse Saria's song. I'm very happy they didn't do that. But in terms of enjoyment of the music, yeah.
It's like, yeah, if I'm gonna, the one time I
play through when I was actually really thinking about doing one soon.
Like the one time I could say Saria's song wouldn't feel lazy to me would be in Majora's Mask, simply well, it obviously isn't exactly a great deal of effort in the first place, but with Majora's Mask I would understand more just from the perspective of, yeah, you made this in like 2 years, of course. Of course you didn't want to make a new one. That's fine, but all the other ones since, I'm just like, no, you're being lazy.
I am fairly familiar with Link to the Past. I've 100%ed it once, but it has been a hot minute since I've played through it like proper. I would love to play it again on stream, but I'm gonna be bad at it. That's a disclaimer. And I mean, like, when I say bad, I mean like way worse than like anything else, probably.
I should see about Four Swords Adventures Lost Woods as well, because I believe it's in that game as well. I have a feeling
add straight to the mouth. Oof.
I have a feeling the 2D games, yeah, actually try a little more on that front. Probably because they have more resources too.
Link to the Past's Lost Woods, or not Link to the, sorry.
Four Swords Adventures.
Four Swords Adventures Lost Woods theme. They don't actually use Link to the Past or Saria's song, but they actually use the the Dark World Death Mountain theme from Link to the Past in it. Funnily enough, because I don't know why. Oh wait, you have to turn the power back on. If I remember right, anyway, I could be wrong, but I know that they don't use Saria's song at least. And they might use Link to the Past, but I don't remember them using it. Link to the Past, by the way, has probably my favorite Lost Woods theme, like, period, which is a shame because, you know, it all became Saria's song.
it did. Again,
if you haven't given it a listen, by the way, I really recommend you do.
I am just realizing how much I hold it against the new games for just being honestly uncreative with music. Because they still manage to pop out bangers tracks, but they also still have
in the spots where they are uncreative with music. Yes.
Yeah.
I find that offensive. Yes. I went in the wrong door. Poopy head. Gotta go in this door. Poopy head.
But yeah, we get great shit when they try. Like I think nearly.
Like, I mean, Skyward Sword soundtrack, dude.
I think the only track that is unoriginal in this game is Zelda's Lullaby. I think that's the only non-new track.
Girahim's theme in this game is so good.
It's so fucking good.
So menacing. I love it.
Demise's theme right before the battle. It's really good.
The final battle theme too. Man, all of it. It's just. Okay, well no, they do use the main Zelda theme at the end of the credits. But
yeah, but credits, I
mean, it's like
if
even Breath of the Wild used the main Zelda theme in the end credits.
Yeah, no, like, it's just no. I mean, at that point, sure, whatever. You're Zelda. You got me to the end of the game. Whatever. That's less obnoxious to me.
And now we have the weapon that just makes the rest of combat way easier. Because you just shoot them and win.
Yeah, man. You're helping me make my argument.
I know. That's because I'm thinking about it right now.
Yeah, no, I feel like I've been drinking. Honestly, no joke. I feel like I've been drinking my own Kool-Aid a bit because the minute Neryl pointed it out to me, I just started thinking for a split second. I'm like, wait a fucking minute. Ah, Jesus.
Yeah.
That's all of them.
But Breath of the Wild combat still is kind of poopy. Let's be honest. Let's all agree here.
I will agree that melee combat is, and that you are ultimately limited on items. The thing I would say is that I'm mostly blindsided on Breath of the Wild's combat by the existence of Flurry Rush.
And Shield Bash.
Shield Bash
so good.
Shield Bash is less of a problem because, as I say, I don't find that as much of an issue when you're fighting Lynels because you get 3 seconds, and taking advantage of that is mostly a matter of can you quick shot headshot the bow, which I don't even care if that's a thing, because honestly just the ability to do that is kind of cool and something far and above what the average Zelda game does for should we say skill walls.
Skill issue. And
you can absolutely skill issue a Lynel. It's honestly the funnest thing.
Well, also, like, one of my other things... See, it's actually nice because... See, you're bringing out, like, the positivity I have toward Breath of the Wild as well, because I stew in my bitterness toward it so much. I do like the game.
I just watched, I just watched these reviews and I was just like, I think I've blindsided myself far too much. Like, there's actually way more to the games I kind of just left aside because, yeah, I was also thinking about the game's bad points.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I do, and I mean, I'm on the record as saying I do like the game. It's just that there are a lot of elements about it that I don't like. That, you know,
there are elements I don't want to see come back, and there's plenty
I don't want to see coming back. But there are elements of it that I do like, and that I don't mind seeing come back. Like, you know, or just flesh them out more. You know, I really don't mind it. It's just, and I'm not opposed to like change for the series or anything like that. That's perfectly fine.
I'm gonna. I'll tell you what. I'm gonna happily put it after Dread came out, right? And you know how much I'm absolutely hype for Dread at this point. It's actually a 9 out of 10 game.
Oh wait, I remember.
Like with Dread being what it is, so it needs to be said that with Metroid Dread, that came as a should we say that came after Metroid Samus Returns, which was obviously kind of, well, people liked that 2D Metroid was back, but obviously had their problems with the new mechanics and whatever. And I'm simply, I'm just wanting to look at it the same way because, my God, if Metroid Returns, as some people thought it was like a 5, 6 out of 10, maybe. Probably a 6 out of 10. I think that's the way I've heard it from most people. To go all the way up to a 9 out of 10 with Dread, like with just a few changes, then yeah, I'm willing to give Zelda the same treatment, especially just because it needs to be said, this game has never been the same twice in a row, ever.
Nope.
It has never ever been. Like,
Not
the
even
closest
to
they've come
the closest is Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask.
Oh, they're the closest in terms of, you know, we basically just took the template of the game again, but I would argue the closest they've been in the more, should we say, creative sense is Twilight Princess, because that was kind of backtracking to Ocarina a little bit. You know, we tried all this new shit with Majora's Mask, we tried again with Wind Waker, and then after the reception of Wind Waker, okay, let's dial it back a bit, let's try and recreate a more modern Ocarina of Time with a bit more...
Well, I mean, even Majora's Mask, yeah. Like, I was just thinking about that. Even Majora's Mask at launch, like, was disliked.
Yeah.
It was not the most popular thing ever. I mean, it still, like, ended up selling well, and by the time Wind Waker came out, you know, people were kind of coming around to it more a little bit.
I don't even...
But
I mean, I guess it was disliked if it's in accordance with, you know, every other Zelda game that's ever existed.
Well, part of it is it's not Ocarina of Time so bad, and the other part of it is also, I think, skill issue, because of the time management and stuff.
Oh yeah, yeah, people really didn't like
really
the time
did not
management.
like that.
Yeah,
which is just a skill issue, but you know.
I bet they didn't even know they could do the backwards Song of Time.
Probably didn't.
They
Okay,
probably
I'm
didn't.
poop-headed again. I gotta do this. Okay, so we're gonna.
Yeah, like they don't retread ever, and you could say it's because the fans obviously always.
I took the long way around.
You could say it's because the fans always react the way they do, but if that's really the case, then they would implement the changes people wanted rather than what they always end up doing, which is just Nintendo bullshit.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, number one.
Which is one of the reasons why I do like Nintendo a lot, is because they do tend to just be like, yeah, so we're just gonna try something new. The last one was a success, but now let's throw some weird crap at you. Like, I mean, even Breath of the Wild 2, from what they've shown, has quite a bit different about it than Breath of the Wild 1, which is also okay. Recalibrate, thank you. Which is also kind of a concern for me to an extent. Not it being different, but I'm honestly concerned about it being more the same, which I really don't want to see happen. Wait.
What are you trying to do?
Oh wait. I'm just stupid. Don't ignore me. Just ignore me. Ignore me. I did a dumb. I really took the long way around. Here, first off, I could have just walked through this door the entire time. And then, the window. I forgot where it was placed. Ignore me.
It's
alright.
Like, the thing is...
It's alright. So, just don't... Let's just get back to this discussion.
They've never been the same, and I'm hard-pressed to say it's entirely just fans didn't like it, let's make something different, because it's the case, because no one asked for motion controls. Nobody.
Yeah. Well, it's the whole Zelda cycle anyway of, you know, new Zelda game comes out, and the old Zelda game that came before it, people begin to grow more fond of because they begin to like it more than the new Zelda game that came out, because the new Zelda game is inevitably, there's something wrong with it, it's bad. Whereas Breath of the Wild's kind of unique. Oh, yeah, whip.
It's unique and that is received just universal praise from the get-go.
Yeah, and Skyward Sword still maintained its infamy to a degree.
It did, but it's in a weird thing where it's like, it only it obviously got flack because Nintendo decided to be assholes about it. But the game itself, obviously, everyone that bought into it is like, oh wait, no, this just makes the game good.
Yeah.
Like, I've heard that from practically everyone that's bought this.
Shoot. What?
Like, people just think Skyward Sword is a good game now.
Which is nice.
And
because it is a good game. not the best Zelda game ever made, but it is a good game
Has the best
in
characters.
general. And that too, also.
It just
That's another
does.
sore. That's another sore spot for me for Breath of the Wild.
Oh
I
no,
think,
yeah, the
as well.
fucking characters.
So,
The only
yeah.
one I care for, the only one I care for is Rivali, just because he's fucking Fantasy Falco, and that's entirely personal.
Yeah, I don't like him.
He's Fantasy Falco.
Yes, he is, and that's
He
why I don't like him.
just is. It's funny to me.
That ain't Falco. Man, I remember when that
ain't
was
Falco.
a meme.
Oh, God.
When that game was coming out. Man, remember, by the way, 2 months from now, Breath of the Wild turns 5 years old. Just remember that. Wait, shut up, kids. Kids? Robots? I don't know.
Whatever you are.
Whatever you are.
What was
Really,
what was I
they
gonna
don't
say?
let me skip this cutscene? Okay.
It's also the case to point as I said, like, yeah, we are in the unique situation where, yeah, Breath of the Wild actually got loads of praise, but the thing is, Mario always gets praise, and Mario's not shying away from new things ever. I mean, well, okay, I say that. There was a period where they weren't really doing much after Mario Galaxy, where, you know, they did Mario Galaxy 2, which was honestly,
Yeah.
as most people say, a bit of a step back from Galaxy 1, because
Well,
they didn't take
it was
advantage
supposed
of
to
the
be
same
an
things.
expansion pack.
It was supposed to be, yeah. But yeah,
It's odd because, like, I hear a mixture on it. There are some people that love Galaxy 2 more than 1, and there are some people that love 1 more than 2. I am of the mind of, I like them both kind of the same.
The take
'cause
I've heard
They
from
both
it,
are basically the same game.
the take I've heard from it, before, is that it's a great game, but it's not something you want to play immediately after Galaxy 1 because you'll get burnt out.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
You will.
I've heard
because
mixed things
you're
because
basically just playing a very, very long version of Super Mario Galaxy.
I have heard mixed things because, yeah, most people seem to like it, but a lot of people are also just... No, we had some, like, really cool shit in Galaxy 1 that just doesn't get a return in Galaxy 2.
Also, I know that we are crusting, but
It's crusting hard.
we're just gonna let it be. The nice thing is, I turned on adaptive kilobits, so you're not getting frame skips at least, so you can keep up with what's going on the stream. It's just that it looks like, you know, Minecraft, really close up.
Yeah, like, the only real period of Mario stagnation I want to say was just the Wii U period where we had, you know, stuff like 3D Land, which were obviously...
It
way
was
I hear
the
it, they're fine
2D
and
stuff
all.
especially.
It was and the 2D stuff where we just
Because it was all just New Super Mario Brothers.
Yeah, that
and
time
they were all the
genuinely,
same game.
yeah, that time they genuinely just released the same game over and over again. That's no lie.
And then,
But then, yeah,
like
Odyssey
Super
came
Mario
out.
3D Land was on the that was the 3DS one, and that, like, they tried to implement the 2D Mario into, like, elements into 3D, and I mean, it's fine, it's fun enough. Not my cup of tea for, you know, 3D Mario, and especially at the time of us getting, like, so many 2D Mario games that are all just the same, and then you give us a 3D Mario game that's basically a 2D Mario game just in 3D.
Yeah.
Very, very, very big salt in the wound.
Probably someone.
And then-
probably Miyamoto. Probably.
Yeah. No, I think it was his idea.
It probably was.
And then Mario 3D World came out, and I actually really like Mario 3D World a lot. Like, that game is awesome. It's miles better than 3D Land, if you ask me. But it still has that same issue of 2D Mario, but 3D. And so now you have 4 new Super Mario Brothers games that are all basically the same game, and then 2 3D Mario games that are basically the same as New Super Mario Brothers, just in 3D. And it, you know, it just is like, just kill me. And so yeah, I'm not a bigly fan of all of that stuff.
But the point I was getting at
Yes,
was
go ahead.
the 3D line had a period with 3D Land and 3D World where they weren't really doing much with the formula, And then yeah, Odyssey comes along, and yeah, they actually just, well, they just
made one of the best
reinvented
3D
it
Mario
again.
games.
Yeah, they made one of the best ones, and they just reinvented the wheel.
That game is like, oh, that game is so choggers.
I
think it probably is. It is contender for my favorite 3D Mario game.
I'm wondering now if it was because of criticism, because I'm thinking back now. Mario Galaxy was the first Mario game after Sunshine, and people didn't like Sunshine. I'm wondering if it honestly is if it is just criticism.
Not entirely unmerited criticism, by the way, for Sunshine.
Oh no, it's the most unfinished Mario game that exists.
Yes, it is. But
you fall through the floor
the thing
and
is,
die.
I like Sunshine. I don't like to 100% Sunshine.
Pachinko machine.
I really do not like to 100% Sunshine. But in terms of just like playing it to beat it, yeah, it's a great time. If you don't do like the pachinko machine and stuff.
Yeah, I'm honestly thinking. I'm wondering if maybe they do just get lazy if they get universal success, and just then when it inevitably comes that when people are inevitably disappointed with whatever they then release, they then just overcorrect like crazy. I'm wondering if that's what it is. I'm really curious to see, because
I feel like that is the case, because like, I don't know, man. I'd have to go back and like look at Nintendo's release track record and just like see what came out when and then what came out after that, because like, I don't know. Well, see, I don't know, because like with Mario 64, that came out with universal praise, and Mario Sunshine is a completely different game.
You're right, actually. Like they really were reinventing the wheel on that game after success.
Yeah, and it's funny because actually
Majora's Mask was reinventing the wheel after Ocarina of Time, one of the most successful games ever.
Well, yeah, and Odyssey actually kind of takes a step back and goes closer back to Mario 64. It still implements new things to Mario 64. This is one of the hardest keys, by the way, I think. There we go. Never mind, I just did it. Oh, yeah, there goes. There's the crust. Ooh. But, I come to say that I've become the StarCraft 64 Rebel EL. I've played StarCraft 64, one of the best looking 64 games, by the way. What was I saying? Oh man, that looks really bad, how those tentacles just clip through the ceiling.
Oh god, yeah, they just do. Holy crap. I never noticed before.
Anyway, it's time for the best boss in the game, by the way.
Yeah.
Also has one of the most horrifying deaths in this area of if you get caught by the tentacles, you're just gone.
Yeah. You get pulled out and all manner of horrible thing just happens to you. Yeah, you had to say it, didn't you?
I mean, that is what happens, let's be honest.
That's probably what happens.
You see what Tantalus looks like, you know. That's what happens.
That's probably what happens. I'm sorry to say.
Yeah. Anyway, man, this ship got like broken really fast. But Mario Odyssey like gets really close actually to Mario 64, but they still made a bunch of different changes about it. Also, man, that game, like, I think one of the reasons why it's one of my favorite like Mario games to play, or one of my favorite 3D Mario games, if not my favorite one, is because that game just feels so good to play. Like, oh my gosh, the controls are they're so good. I wonder if this bitrate's ever gonna go back up, or if it's just gonna stay at 790.
Yeah, I really don't know. I really just feel I can't fucking say what makes them reinvent the wheel as much as they do. I'll just be happy to assume. Look, we know for a fact they're not at least until the far off future. They're not gonna stop trying to do. They're not gonna stop trying to do bullshit.
8-bit Skyward Sword, yeah. 10 to Crust. Here we go.
Crust.
I mean, look, Stygian. You know I'm right. No, I was right earlier. Look at that.
Yeah, I know you were. It doesn't make it any less horrible.
I mean, it doesn't. What was I saying? Yeah, I think they did actually increase the rain effect on this game then, because look at how it looks here. Well, you can't really see it because Crust.
I can see the change in shade on my thing.
Okay.
Oh, it's real. What the hell? I am seeing.
Oh, it's
gray.
down to 220.
I am seeing gray. And now.
Okay.
And now some weird shade of purple.
We are crusting.
Holy crap! I can't see shit. I think I just saw boobs.
You did not.
Oh, that was just your icons. They looked a lot like boobs for a second.
Okay.
It was just the menu.
And I'm doing some manual adjustment. See if I can.
Yeah,
I think the signal just
fine
died.
now.
It's up to 534 kilobits. See here. Oh, it's back down.
Oh god, yeah, it is.
Let's try something real quick. I'm just gonna see if I can try an element of finagling. Well, the wind's not blowing. Nothing's caught on the cable out there. You know what? I don't care. We're gonna just... Ow. Drop my Joy-Con, apparently. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, for a second I thought I broke it. We're just gonna...
That'd be fun.
Fight the boss. And, deal with the crust. It doesn't matter. We did this once before. It's not on YouTube, but I don't care.
But Storfus, they won't be able to appreciate this boss in its full 1080p glory.
Yeah, you're right.
What a shame.
What a shame. But at least you get to experience it at 60 FPS.
You do. The 60 FPS in this game is great. It's really good. Especially when you're doing motion inputs.
Something else bothering me about this fight I noticed is that she clips through the end of the board there too.
Oh, she does a little. Yeah, I noticed that when I played.
And it bothers me. Give it 64 graphics, yeah. Give it 64 individual graphics. Friggin' marksman over here, look at me.
Go.
I don't even really care for Tantalus's theme that much. This is one of the more boring boss fights in the game.
Well, funnily enough, it's the same theme that Mr. Skuldera had in Earth Temple.
I know.
The other worst boss in the game.
They do share a theme. Wow, why do they? Wow, that's some corner cutting right there.
Okay, it's...
Should've just made it Lost Woods.
It is a weird thing they've got going with like these two phases of the game. So you've got you got Girahim in both phases, right?
Look at that double
chin.
Who
obviously share a theme because it's the same guy. You have the fucking what's it?
Demise.
Not Demise. You have
no the I mean like the imprisoned version.
Yeah, you do.
Also, Water Temple boss having a second phase. Woo.
You have the music that both Moldorak and Koloktos have, which is pretty good. And then you've got the theme that both Monsters Inc. bosses share. I don't know why, but for some reason Mike Wazowski and Sylvia both share the same theme, and it feels. Did you know what you were doing? Like you just, you gave them both the same theme, and they both share the same premise of being shitty bosses with shitty designs. Oh boy, it is Crust.
Oh, well, poop.
I don't know what I'm witnessing right now. She's just turned her hair into Crust. You're not being attacked by snakes on my screen, just Crust.
Crust.
Yeah. That's great.
You know, if she didn't roar, I wouldn't ever be able to, like, hit her in the face. There we go, I did it.
She's very,
Crust!
she's very stupid.
I love how the game decided to fall apart when we got to Tantalus, or the stream, rather.
Yeah, that's important.
Watch it, like, recover as soon as we're done here.
Hmm. Second she dies. Still fairly Crust. Very. Wait. It just fixed!
Oh my gosh.
It actually just fixed!
Hang on, give it a second to go back down. It might.
Still good.
No, it went back down again.
That was
no,
that was very
it's
brief.
fluctuating. I swear.
It's been good for a long while now. Okay, there's a bit of Crust when you move. But it's mostly good.
Oh no, we're dipping again. Wait, we get to skip this cutscene. We got the white sword. Woo!
Yes, now you can 100% the game.
Oh, I can't I?
Mm-hmm.
No,
That is
I
what
can't.
it is for. Also, yeah, it just crusted. Oh man, it crusted.
Wait. Oh wait, we don't have to do either of those because we're already back at the main dock.
Yes.
Yes. Alright, well, we're gonna make a save there.
Mm-hmm.
If it keeps crusting like this, I might go ahead and end the stream anyway, because I would like for us to be able to see what's going on for the most part.
Okay,
Let's be honest,
okay, but
Tantalus
think
is so
about it.
unimportant, though.
Okay, but think about it, Storfus. What's the greatest thing in the world?
I don't know, like pizza or like.
Close, actually close.
Is it the crust of the pizza?
Crusty lava textures.
Oh yeah,
That's what we need.
dude.
Crusty lava textures.
Not entirely wrong.
It's the best shit in video games.
Wait, actually, for this one, did they even? Oh yeah, we just gotta go back to the Isle of Song. Is there anything we can do in between right now?
There's some
Oh,
side
you know what?
quests,
Well, I
maybe?
could. Yeah, I could go get the Clown Man's clown thing from.
Oh
Clown
yeah,
Town.
that's the thing. You can also see if Fletch, your homosexual friend, is
I think he should be.
I think he should be now, yeah. Because I remember we talked about this last time.
But yeah, I wouldn't mind doing a back-to-back stream of this and then Breath of the Wild. And honestly, I wouldn't mind playing Link to the Past. Like, I've just kind of been on a Zelda kick, in all honesty. So, I can do it.
We're
We're back down to 225.
We're never gonna do Raft, are we?
We can.
We should do
Like-
Raft. I really actually want to get you through the damn game.
I'm literally available, like, to do it now. Like, not today, obviously, but I mean in terms of stream time. Like, when this finishes up and whenever we finally get back to, well, actually, I was thinking tomorrow we do Paper Mario Thousand Year Door.
Yep.
Whenever we finally get through Paper Mario Thousand Year Door, whenever we get through this, I'll probably start Breath of the Wild after this one. And since Dark Souls 2 is finished, I don't remember how you get to the wheel here. Because it's up there. I don't remember how you get there.
Have you
Oh, right. I remember
added
now.
it to your tracker?
No, but I know where it is.
Alright.
Yeah, she didn't add it because I didn't talk to him about it yet. Oh, wait, hang on. Because I didn't talk to him about it, do you think she's going to let me get it?
Oh!
Probably not, huh?
Ah, shit, yeah. I
She
think you
probably
need to have
won't.
talked about it.
Yeah, you're right. I don't even remember how to get to there anyway, so. Then we'll go talk to him about it, and we'll look for it. And then we'll probably call it a stream.
I can't see
But-
anything.
I know. That's why I will probably call it a stream whenever we go do that. I'm kind of also just trying to give it time to see if it just sorts itself out. I love paying $135 a month for internet. Well, I mean, I don't even pay for it entirely, but, you know. I love that $135 goes toward internet in this household. And, oh, wow. Okay, we also forgot the goddess chests. We're gonna have to do those.
Oh, yeah. Quite a lot, yeah.
Also CB. But I wouldn't mind doing raft in between all of those. Maybe make it a weekly raft stream or something where we do it a bit longer and all that sort of stuff, you know. Also, I mean, like, tomorrow I have the day off, so I could do both Thousand Year Door and raft. Like, I've got the day. So I will be getting my piano keyboard tomorrow, and you know, probably gonna be playing on that a bit.
I mean, do you want to do it just the two of us? I imagine that would be best because
Yes, it's gonna be
otherwise-
easier for scheduling.
Exactly.
If we get a bunch more people, I would love to play it with more people, but if we get a bunch more people in, it's never gonna happen.
It is not.
Because, like, I know Lex wanted to play Raft with us at some point, but the thing is Lex isn't up until, you know, like 5 in the afternoon my time usually anyway.
Getting her on a schedule is something else.
Yeah. Well, and
So we can't even
that's
get
some shade being thrown.
That's not shade. Look, Lex.
I mean,
if
it's true, but it's also shade.
Oh, okay. But look, I play tabletop games with her, and it has to be said, and it's not anything against her. She just is the most inconsistent member to turn up. That's just the way it is.
Man, listen to this shade being thrown. I'm just kidding.
There's no shade. There's only Crust.
There is only Crust.
No,
Well,
it's
I'm gonna
just
set
yeah.
tumbleweed.
It's yeah. No, I don't. She can obviously speak for herself, but yeah, getting her on a schedule is not something I think she has the option to do really.
Yeah. I'm gonna actually use the beetle for once for one of its other intended purposes, which is to scout around for paths. See if I can find a way up here. Because there's the thing we need to get. Oh, right. Okay. Is it this way? No. There's a cave over there. Where does that exit out into? I'm out of crust. You're out of crust, but I'm out of crust. My crust when you're not crust. Okay, well, that's not the path. How does one get? Gonna kind of scout around a bit here. But yeah, for raft, I think just the two of us will be the best option, and then
That's fine.
oh wait, okay, I think I remember the thingy. I think I'm being Dumby here. I am
Oh,
being Dumby
yeah, I know
here.
what you need
It's
to
a
do.
time shift stone.
Yeah.
It's in the rock.
Yeah.
I never broke it open.
I think it got me as well, and it only just dawned on me again.
Yeah, I saw the rock and I was like, oh yeah, there's a time shift stone under there, isn't there?
For those of you in chat, Storfus is currently approaching the time shift stone. He was He's going to hit it. There is going to be some vines appearing on the wall.
Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and hit this, and there's going to be some vines that appear up here.
Mm-hmm.
And,
Storfus will now be climbing up the vines to...
I'm going to be climbing up these vines to get to this, wheel. Ooh, an ancient flower.
Alright, we got clarity back now for the time being. Oh, still Crust, though. But people can see. Amongst the plethora of colours.
Listen... You can contact my ISP and get onto them about it.
Maybe I will.
But, I mean...
I'll tell them they gave me COVID.
I honestly should just, like, contact them at some point. What I should do, honestly, is just call them... You know what? Maybe I'll do that this week. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow when I don't have work. Is I'll give them a call, and I'll say, hey, can you, like, send somebody out here to put my cable underground? Because I don't know if you guys know this. Internet cables usually go underground. My house is so old that the internet cable is suspended in the air from the telephone pole out on the street all the way to my house. And so a plethora of elements, it has no shielding or anything, so a plethora of elements can affect it. Because that's how internet works. And it makes me sad. So I should ask them, hey, can you guys, like, do this? Because I'm having this problem, and I need you guys to, like, fix this, because I'm paying for this internet, and I'm not getting that internet. Ooh, we went down to 99 kilobits there for a second. Because I'm supposed to have 30 megabits of upload speed.
Hey, I can make out Link's grey-ass silhouette through it.
And I'm supposed to have 300 download speed. I don't have that. Not even on Ethernet cable, by the way, because on Ethernet cable, it still will do the same thing. Now, it's more consistent on Ethernet cable than Wi-Fi, but it still dips. I'm thinking it's probably because of how the cable is. But, you know, because, like, the wind blows, especially at this time of the year in Texas, the wind is blowing a lot. And, you know, jostling that cable suspended in the air with no shielding. And so what does that do for your signal? Nothing good. So, yeah. Anyway, what? How can we know Storfus is playing Skyward Sword beneath the crust? How can we know it's not Halo 2?
That is a good question.
That is a good question. That's a good question.
That's a good question.
I hate you.
We need to make ourselves do the energy and their energy immediately, but Mega Man.
Maybe. If we find the source of that energy, we'll find Dr. Wally.
I don't know, but I ain't never seen this energy on Earth.
I ain't never seen this energy on Earth.
It's so good. Why does he sound like that?
Why does he sound like that? But a better thing is, don't let him not sound like that.
Yeah, don't. It's too good. It's too good.
It is. Did we already do the quest early on in this playthrough where she, like, crash lands on the friggin' island thing?
That's an early one. Yeah, true waifu.
I was pretty sure we did do that.
Yeah, we did.
I was like, did we? You can't miss gratitude crystals, I don't think.
What do you mean? I mean, what do you mean miss?
As in, like, just not get all 100 of them.
Oh no, yeah, they're forever. She would just be sitting on the island for several days, possibly starving.
No food. Rest.
I had to eat my bird.
No sign of our quarry, but what bad luck can tell.
I had to eat my bird, Link. He was my friend.
I'll just need to hitch a ride back with you. I had to eat my clothes too, that's why I'm naked.
Yep, stop. Down bad.
Listen, it was a funny joke, shush.
I know she's actually the prettiest girl in this game, but...
It's a joke, okay? I'm not like that, you know that. I'm not Alvin.
You've already played Pillar of Autumn, you must at least be on the library by now. Oh no, then we're in the bad part of the game.
Oh, you mean the entire game?
Yeah.
Cannot open shed door. Okay, we got some extra stuff. I went ahead and did that.
Mm-hmm.
But I think we're probably... I don't think that the crust is going to recover.
We're not gonna be able to uncrust the dungeon, I don't think. If we so much as get there.
Yeah, so I think we'll probably just call it there. I'm starving to death anyway. Short Skyward Sword stream today. Who really cares?
We got a dungeon done.
Yeah, we did get a dungeon done at least, but I would have liked to have done maybe 2, or gotten close to doing 2. But, I mean, we get to do the most fun intermittent... Wait, no, we don't. The stealth section isn't until Song of the Hero